Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm Dr. Mir Ahmed. I'm a general physician. I have a clinic called Medicare Clinic Soil 1920 in Bangalore. Uh, Today I'm going to talk briefly about a very small problem that we see among youngsters. What we see is there is a lot of competition and sporting, whether it is a sporting kind or of academic kind. People are trying to compete with each other. So regarding this, there is a mention in ayat Surah Hadid, verse number, I think 20, Surah Hadid, verse number 20, which says, Alamu inna hayawata dunya lahibun lahwan zainato tufarhu bainakum tukasro fi amwalukum awladukum. So, what this translates is to know that the life of this world is but amusement and diversion and adornment and boasting to one another and competition in increase of wealth and children. So this is what has been described that about the life of this world. So unfortunately, as we are trying to live our daily lives, people, we I've seen a lot of patients in the clinic who try to get into this what has this been described here and suffer a lot of injuries and diseases. Okay, so yes, you can this is what happens, is what is described. So we cannot really prevent it from happening, but what we should not forget while all this is happening is that it also the Quran also mentions another surah, that is surah number 1690, which is Innallahu ya amru bil adli wal ihsani wal itaati zil khurba wa yanha wa anil fasha wa munkari wal baghi faizukum la lakum nitazakkarun, which translates to, indeed Allah orders justice and good conduct and giving to relatives and forbids immorality and bad conduct and oppression. He admonishes you so that perhaps you will be reminded, which means you cannot just project whatever you feel like or you think like or you perceive like and keep speaking all these delusions and hallucinations about each other. Okay, so what it says clearly, indeed Allah orders justice and good conduct and giving to relatives and forbids immorality and bad conduct and oppression. He admonishes you that perhaps you will be reminded. So, unfortunately, people just remember the previous ayah, which is Surah Hadid 20, but they forget that after they have done whatever they have done, this ayah will also come into place and everything will be assessed and evaluated. I'm talking this because we see a lot of young people with a lot of injuries and diseases and problems and health problems, which so I would like to bring this up and remind you that there is also one more ayah, which is Surah Nahl, verse which is like law yukhzullahu linnasa wa zuluma ma turaka alaiha min dubbati walakinna yuakhiruhum ila ajila musammi fa iza jaa jalalahu yustakhruna saatu la yastakhdimun, which translates as, if Allah were to punish people immediately for their wrongdoing, He would not have left a single living being on earth, but He delays them for an appointed term. And when their time arrives, they cannot delay it for a moment, nor could they advance it. So we see a lot of young students and others in a lot of sporting competitions and other things. They just don't understand and realize that they are being watched, and they should really pay attention to how they are conducting themselves in all these competitions and how they are dealing with all each other. And then after all this competition and sporting events and competing with each other in different aspects for different things, the question, if something wrong happens, people get injured or get some disease or some health problem, then the question they always think, why did this happen to me? why did I do wrong? So the thing is, we should not forget that whatever you tried to achieve by doing what you did, whether it will be judged as right or wrong, you have to remember that the reason we were created was not just to compete with each other and boast with each other and accuse each other of various things which are not good. That was not the purpose, because all that we do will be assessed and judged. So it's not like a delusion or a hallucination, like whatever you say is true about anybody. So everything will be assessed appropriately at the appropriate time. So when everything goes wrong, it just results in a lot of medical illnesses and injuries. So many young people don't realize that. They just think it is competition and they end up doing all sorts of things. So please, I would, seeing all the patients in the clinic, I would advise you to be really careful about how you conduct with each other and how you deal with each other, and don't get carried away by all the imaginary fantasy stories which other people try to project as a reality, as a part of something that has to be followed. So finally, the question comes, what is it that I am supposed to follow? And that is, Wama khalaqtu jinni wal insa illa layabudun. Means the purpose of your creation was just to remember your creator, worship him, and try to seek whatever you want from your creator, not by saying all kind of evil and wicked things against each other and doing all kind of bad conduct with each other. And then and then when the final thing, the most important thing to realize is, whatever you did this for, whether it was any kind of like a victory or a gain of something or material thing or something you wanted to have. So you have to remember that there is another ayah in Surah Hud 11:6, which says that wama tubbatin fil ardi ila Allah rizquhu, which means, and there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision. Means when even before you're born, your provision is written, what you will get throughout your lifetime. So I would I brought this up so that you could get some introspection and insight through this, and also share it with your friends and relatives. Kindly like, subscribe, and share the channel, because these are the stages in which you will be assessed. I would like to really request all the young people to share it among themselves to prevent any health problems and injuries, and be really careful about what you're doing, and be aware that you're all being watched for whatever you're doing. Okay, kindly share it, and Jazakallahu khair.